Rockstars, this is Sherelle Ty, your transformational nutrition coach, and I wanted to talk about the topic of loneliness, just to kind of like share my personal struggles and journey with it in hopes that it might provide you with some encouragement and support if it's something that you're resonating with right now or you've struggled with in the past perhaps. So there's this one Saturday night. Who am I kidding? There are many Saturday nights like this where I was on my bed all alone watching House of Cards, bawling my big brown eyes out until I was like practically dry crying because, as you probably can relate to, perhaps loneliness is seriously no joke. And there was like all these self-doubt questions running through my head like a crazy tornado. Just questions like, am I captivating enough? Is my hair too wavy and wild? Do I need to dress better, dress different? Do I need to tone my personality down? Do I need to tone my personality up? Like the Brazilian butt workouts. Am I intelligent enough? Just like all these questions, just like doubting who I was, like doubting my self-worth. And it just kept on going on and on and on and just like it would like spin completely out of control. I was recalling certain people who are, I'm just gonna say it, total assholes. And there's probably no doubt that they were out having fun on a Saturday night while I was at home alone all by myself. It didn't make any sense. I was like, what the hell? Thinking, do I need to just turn into an asshole? Is that what it is? I mean, I obviously would never, but I'm just being honest. Because it didn't make any sense at all. It was like a crazy roller coaster of like, kind of like going up and down of like getting up the next morning, saying my like self-affirmations, being fine for a few weeks, and then the self-doubt, self-pity thoughts would like come rushing back in, and it was like it was like a cycle. Like it was like I would be fine, and then for a while, and then I would go back into that cycle of that time of like just feeling like super, super lonely. And typically I like roller coasters, but this was like putting me on the edge of like plummeting off pretty much. So I remember specifically this one Friday night where I just got to a point where I was feeling so incredibly lonely that like afternoon and evening that the best way I could describe it is like it was like the dark night of my soul. It felt like the pain and the hurt was so much. I didn't feel like I'd ever like re-emerge. And to be totally transparent, I was like seriously cursing the universe for not answering why was this happening to me? And really the only consolation is that I felt that I needed to feel this deep pain and hurt in order to at one point totally move through my loneliness. I look back on that moment and I realized that it was actually that was a really pivotal time in my life, because it was the commencement of my journey to truly understanding the reason behind my loneliness. I want to read a quote to you that really hits the nail on the head, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to butcher it. So it goes, "Understanding is deeper than knowledge. There are many people who know you, but there are very few who understand you." In the past 3 years, I have come to understand that the reason that I felt lonely was because people didn't understand me. It was never about me being enough for people. It was kind of actually the total opposite of that. How could it be that people didn't understand me? I unknowingly was showing people only parts of me. So people were connecting with and experiencing only the pieces and parts of me that I was like putting out in the world. Therefore, I wasn't attracting my people or my tribe, humans that understood, would understand me, and really adore who I fully am as a human being, because I was only allowing bits and pieces, like people were connecting to the bits and pieces that wasn't like the full version of myself, and that's what I realized, is that what I was showing up as a human being in the world was not my full self. So, whoa. So, I started the journey of coming back to my authentic self. What does that look like? Well, for me, it was spending more nights alone. Some nights it was nice, and some nights it still felt really lonely. Another thing that I would do is I would whip out my journal and just write down all of my frustrations about being lonely and the pain and the hurt. I just like let it all out. The other thing that I did was I was just super open to the universe showing me ways to come back into touch with my authentic self. And one or like a lot of like realizations and revelations came through meditation for me. I would read books and listen to podcasts and watch YouTube videos that I think would help me understand and guide me back to my child self. And I will give some like links to resources below for those, as well as I would go out solo to like concerts and workshops and events and dancing and like even restaurants. And quick tip on the restaurant thing, if you are going to a restaurant solo, I highly advise you sit at the bar because there are probably other solo individuals there that will help you not feel as alone. What else? I was super open to meeting people on my solo adventures out. But at the same time, being detached from any expectations on that. And that could be super fun. I mean, sometimes like easier said than done, but yeah, most of the times it's been pretty cool actually. Organically, I let people flow out of my life that I realized weren't my people. And I eventually got to a place where I realized that spending weekends solo was way better than spending weekends or nights with people that didn't understand me. And I started to dream. And with those dreams, I started to make a strategy to achieve them. And I focus all the pain and the hurt from my loneliness on achieving those goals. As time went by, my true, authentic child self was making its second debut. Currently, I'm in the process of developing my suck it attitude. Pretty much if people don't like what I'm throwing down, that's cool. They can suck it. In the most diplomatic way, of course. Don't get me wrong, I still feel lonely at times, but I am starting to attract my people, my tribe, and it feels so amazing. We're all wired for deep human-to-human connection, and when we're our authentic child selves, then we attract people who fully understand us and appreciate and adore us for our uniquenesses. Is that a word? For our uniqueness, quirks, and just all the awesomeness that we are. And I want to say that if this feels like you right now, then you're not alone in your struggles. If you're feeling stuck, then please reach out to me. May you feel like you can be fully you, because the world needs the special gifts and talents that only you offer. I'm sending you hugs and positive vibes as you embark on your authentic journey.